Yo, what up, fam? It's Fed Up. Welcome to Blunt Talk. I'm here with Ash Money, and we're gonna talk shit, basically. Talk it down, get deep. I got a story to tell y'all. My brother will appreciate it later on.
Yeah.
But yeah, here we are, episode 2. You know, let's get it going.
Yeah, guys, we really just use this podcast as a venting session. So everything you hear is mostly opinions, by the way.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, we're after a long day, this is what we like to do, so we can just, discuss what crosses our mind throughout the day that we have to push to the back because you're doing so many other things, and then you just get here and it's like
an anxiety reliever, to be honest. It's nice.
For sure. All right. So our first topic of the day is, who do you think built our pyramids?
That's crazy. All right, by the way, when we release this on the Instagram and on YouTube, feel free to comment what you feel too. Eventually we're going to do a live video where you guys can comment back at us live. We're going to do stuff like that. We're going to build and expand, but for now, comment and subscribe. So the question, who do we think built the pyramids? All right, so that is the toughest question because they've been around so long, and if you listen to the podcast, there's so many different theories.
So if you ask me this question,
yeah, what do you think?
All right. Well, I was just telling him that when I never thought about that until I met you. I just always saw the pyramids and thought they were cool, but I didn't realize how big they were.
They're huge.
Because I used to think that I used to think that it was just humans that built them or whatever, and then what did I think? And you had changed my mind.
Yeah, you literally thought that people just constructed it.
Yeah, that's what, I did. Just regular people like you and I that studied stuff like that.
I mean, I don't know what to think, to be honest with you, but it's hard for me to believe that a bunch of people, because they're massive and they're massive stones, massive stones. I don't know the exact, because I said this is an opinion, but I don't know the exact weight, but I know if you look at the fucking pyramids, they're huge, and them stones and the way that it's pitched up, you're telling me I don't give a fuck if you got 1,000 dudes. You can't even put 1,000 dudes around these, and you're gonna carry them up that pitch.
Yeah.
Come on, I think it was either an advanced civilization.
But baby, how do you know that they're that big? Have you seen them in person, or you just?
I've never seen them in person. That's what I said. It's just an opinion. It's what just comes off the top of my head. Wait, so you're telling me the Great Pyramids are tiny?
No, I didn't think they were tiny.
Can you imagine we go there?
Cash. Oh my God, you're gonna ruin the podcast before we even get it started, Cash. Damn.
She's excited. You're you're meaning to tell me, imagine we fly to Egypt, right? We show up, we're waiting for these fucking pyramids, we can't even see them. What the fuck are they? And they're as tall as my speaker over there. They're tiny. No,
That's how big I thought they were.
No,
but
they're huge.
So you've seen someone standing at the bottom of a pyramid, and then you compared, you've seen the comparison.
You can definitely look up people standing next to pyramids, but they're it's not the thing is they're like tombs for mummies and shit. Right, yeah. So we can't even go in there. You can go inside the pyramids. People lived in there, I believe. You know what I mean? There's tombs and shit. But yeah, I'm telling you, there's no way.
Mummies?
I don't know. What are mummies?
What are they supposed to be? Because I always thought they were zombies or something under all toilet paper.
Mummies? I don't know. I thought they were how they wrapped their dead, maybe. I don't know. They were kings and queens. I'm not sure. I really don't know.
I hope I didn't offend anyone that might have that religion or that, you know what I mean? I just genuinely, that's what I thought when I was a kid. That was the first time I've ever heard of a mummy.
Oh, yeah, it's the cartoon. If you think about you're watching a cartoon, that's what it looks like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're late 90s, early 2000s kid, Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
It's shit. That's what a mummy, I don't know. So I don't know what a mummy is, to be honest, but I'm telling you right now, it's hard for me to believe that back in the day, we're talking fucking years ago, that people were just picking these motherfuckers up and they're like, yeah, we're gonna build this perfectly shaped object, and they built it quickly. I mean, can you imagine? It would take years. I'm sure, yeah. I don't know.
You think they were so what you're getting at is that
I think has to be some sort of advanced technology involved. like there was a civilization or aliens maybe. But I'm a nerd, so
Advanced technology or way bigger people?
it could be.
both.
That could be. I mean, that could be. What do you think? Bigger people? How big are we talking? Like 10-foot people? I mean, I don't know. These are some big ass bricks. Can you imagine? Like, I swear, it's like the size of the bed. One, and they're really heavy. They're real thick.
Damn, I just feel like if it was the advanced technology option, like we
What-
would be so much past where we are right now. You know what I mean? Like if you can build that, why can't we build that now? Is what I'm saying.
I don't know.
If we're using that logic,
Okay, so I'm gonna throw this at you then, because they figured out. Okay, so back then maybe we didn't have all the shit that they're putting in the sky, like I told you in episode 1, to make people, dumber and like numb. Maybe back then they didn't have all that, so people were really fucking smart. You know what I mean? So we just thought of shit. Like think about all the smartest people, like Einstein, all these like great people that we've studied and shit. That was a long time ago. That wasn't like maybe people had more freedom in their mind. You ever think of that? That's what I think. I don't know. Maybe people have more free. It's like, so we were smarter. You know what I mean? We could use more of our brain, is what I'm getting at. You know what I mean? Like
that makes so much
think about
sense.
it.
Yeah.
I don't know how much power. I feel like I'm pretty intelligent, but I feel like as humans, normal people that are breathing in and eating all this shit food all the time from everywhere, that's not good for you. You know, like we're probably running on 10% of our brain
Yeah.
when 90% we just haven't unlocked. We're just sitting there on the
So,
couch in our head,
You think that if we weren't so distracted,
distracted. Yeah.
we would be, because you and I, if we didn't like work or whatever, or we didn't have any of this stuff, every day you and I would be like learning we would be outside or something,
exactly.
building something, or like learning new
Exactly.
things, or
Like,
just
we're-
figuring things out.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Yeah, like we're trapped by the system. You know what I mean? We're not allowed to use our full potential. And people who get paid to use their full potential,
We would be
like,
learning how to survive. And
Yeah,
stuff.
I
we
mean-
would know so much.
that's what I'm saying. We're average people who have to go to work and bust their ass for their family and everything like that. Like we are distracted constantly. We're like on a treadmill with a treat in front of us. Like run, go get it. As like off the treadmill to the side, like there's a whole nother world, and that's the other part of our brain, and that we're not using it. You know, we're all just like running through life when we should be, like you said, outside exploring shit. That's what people did back then. I mean, we wouldn't know half of this shit if scientists and people like studied it. I mean, the only reason I'm going off of what I know is because what I've learned when I was a kid, because someone else already did that. You know, so it's hard for me to believe that it was a bunch of people, but I feel like advanced technology. All right, this is a big nerd because I watch the Avengers and all that shit. I'm a nerd, but I think like if you watch like movies like that, like advanced technology, you can like do a lot with it. Like, you know,
Really? You think it'll unlock something in our brain by?
well, I don't know. I think that we were able to like construct the pyramids by using like obviously more power of our brain, figuring out the perfect shape and how they put it together. I don't know. Did they have big ass cranes that could just pick it up? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I just feel like they were smarter than that. There was a way that they did it, you know, because they could use more of their brains. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Somehow.
It's not-
Sorry, I'm not so scatterbrained right now.
No, I get-
You felt like somehow back then people found a way how to get off the planet, and every now and then they time travel and visit us.
Yes, I'm telling you, I'm a dork. So I'm that guy that like watches the videos and like really thinks about it, because someone's out there doing the research on this shit, you know, for a reason. You know, and it can't just be me. Me and my buddy Legacy, we talk about this shit all the time. But I think going back to the pyramids, I think because the pyramids using like, I don't know, there's power within that. There's a reason why we just can't wander through there. You know what I mean? It's not a tourist site. I don't think. I'm pretty sure they shut that shit down. You know? Because I'm telling you, they don't want us to understand who we really are. They know, and that's why we're all fucking shut down. Like, we live free and we drive cool cars and shit. But if you think about it, I'd rather be free from my mind. Can you imagine? I agree, Cash. Can you imagine, like, having the power to free your mind? We'd be so fucking smart. You know? That's what I think. So I think there's power within the pyramids, and people figured out that they could use advanced technology after they built the shit and teleported all that advanced technology out of here, because they also realized that people could equally be foolish and they could destroy it, like everything, you know, each other, you know. I mean, go figure. Throughout history we have. All right, enough pyramid talk. That's for like conspiracy and shit. I could talk all day about that. So I have to ask you, which one was it? I'm fucking colorblind. You give me these lists.
What artists have you learned to appreciate as a musician?
They all look the same. All these colors. Okay, so what artists have you learned to appreciate as a musician?
Oh my goodness. I'm so excited about this question because not too long ago I actually discovered this lady, and she has influenced, you know, the way that I view music, the way that I feel music, the way that I understand music, and the way I want to make music. I swear to God, I just found her like a year ago through TikTok, to be honest. I heard one song. I think I've heard Smooth Operator before a while back, but then I heard a new song and I couldn't remember. I think it was like I discovered Like a Tattoo by her, and there was another one. But when I tell you, just as of like a few months ago, I began listening to like some songs here and there, and then I just happened to like start listening to her albums, and it's just like, it's so hard to not like that. Like, I don't get tired of hearing her songs. Like, it took me a while to get tired of it. Yes, I did get tired a little bit. Not that much, though. I can still hear it every, few days, or, you know what I mean? I used to listen to it every single day for months straight. I just feel like I feel Sade the most. Like, she influenced me a lot. I love Sade. Like, I love, her band. I think they're phenomenal. When I watch her perform, she has her own aura. She has her own aura. The other day, yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago, you told me that you felt like Sade's music. Like, what did you envision when you listen to Sade? How does it make you feel? What does it make you envision?
All right, so for me, I was telling you that for Sade, I feel like you could sit there and like you're just chilling and you're finding peace of mind and you're eating like psychedelics, and it just makes you fucking go out of body is what I'm getting at.
Or you're sitting around
you're sitting around like a campfire almost,
yeah.
And it's just like she's up there singing and you're just like, God damn, like I'm on these mushrooms.
You just feeling it.
Yeah, you're feeling it. Like it's out of body.
It's deep.
Yeah, it's deep, but
what's
not.
Yeah, like what's her deepest? It wasn't a drum. It was like a bass guitar or something that you said that she uses all the time.
Yeah, a lot of the bass. Yeah, in the songs when you listen to it in a car, your sound system. Yeah, the bass guitar in most of the songs, and it's like a deeper note. Mm-hmm. I agree. It just makes you feel like alive, but also like you're finding yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I feel.
Yeah.
Sade, she rocks, and that's new for me.
She rocks.
She does.
For sure. That's a great word. Because she literally does rock.
That's
she really does.
She does.
But yes.
And anybody can love Sade. Me and my buddy Eddie at work, we talk about it all the time. He jams out to Sade, so shout out to Eddie, for real, because I didn't really know about Sade until you said something, and then he was like, "Oh, Sade, yeah, man."
Oh, he knew her?
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's
so I was
beautiful.
like, I really gotta like tune in, and then I was listening, and I was like, oh damn, like when we jam out, I'm telling you, it just puts you in a vibe, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was crying to one of her songs. It was Cherish the Day. Cherish the Day. Oh my God,
Great
that
song.
yeah, great. Anyway, I could go on and on about Sade, y'all.
Yeah.
So.
No, don't even ask me. I agree with you. That's a good one.
I'm glad that you.
That's different.
Agree.
I agree. I do it. All right. So the other highlighted one. All right. So I told Ash Money this story because we were talking about growing up and different shit that we've gone through, obviously all the time. But like just experiences that I think that are like no other no other thing matter, you know, like I've gone through. And this is a good one. This is a story. Me and my brother AJ were at school all day, you know, we're like teenagers, and we come home the one day. Our bedroom was upstairs in our house. We come home the one day and there's no fucking stairs. Like the stairwell is in the basement. So we're like, what the fuck? We got Call of Duty to play, you know, what is going on? So we manufactured to get a ladder. We figured that out. We figured out how to use a ladder, and we climbed that motherfucker. And then we bring the ladder up because we didn't know what the hell was going on. The stairwell was just gone. I mean, if that's a random story, but it's just crazy to me.
I just can't. Like when you told me that story the first time, I thought it was a movie. Like, can you imagine going home when your staircase is gone? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, it was in the basement.
Your room is up there.
Yeah, my room's on the second story.
Can you imagine you didn't have a ladder?
Hell
what would y'all do?
I'd probably try to throw them up there or something. We tried to climb. We were dumb.
Move a couch and then...
Something. Climb the couch up there. Something. We were getting up there. I'm telling you, the Xbox was up there. You know, we had shit to do.
How did the ground not fall in? Like, where their staircase was connected to?
I don't know. It was an older house for sure. It was old, but like it was like fucking... I know that... For what I remember, because that was a long time ago when I was a kid. From what I remember, like it was like old wood, so I think it just rotted out. I don't know, and then like it was just gone. It was just in the basement because directly in the staircase going up, we had a staircase going downstairs. It's like a New York house. Y'all don't have basements down in Florida, so we had a basement, and then
attics.
like yeah, you have attics, yeah. So we had a basement, and literally it just fell right into the staircase down in the basement.
Wow.
It was crazy. Yeah, so that was. It's fucking crazy. I could tell you stories forever about living like that. Just that's one.
Yeah. What's another story?
Another story.
I love listening to your stories, babe, because it helps me get more of a background understanding of who you are and why you are the way you are today. And two, because I feel like I'm watching a movie every time you tell me your stories growing up, you know?
Oh, man.
I'm sure you can say this similar about me.
Yeah, your stories are funny, and it's inspirational, everything that you've been through, babe. And what you've gone through, and how you've grown. That's what the best part about stories are, is like nostalgia as you get. That's one thing as I get older, I'm like thinking about that. You can like think back, you get like more memories of like, shit, I remember that time with that person, we did this, and it was so vivid. Like for a long time it's been so blurry, but now it's so vivid. As you get older, it's almost a beautiful thing. It's like, what's it called, nostalgia? You know?
It is a beautiful thing. I feel like nostalgia is a beautiful thing, and it's also can be a curse, because like I feel like back then it was just a different feeling. And even the older people tell me, yeah, back in my day it was just better than this. Like everybody was a little more happy. Like, you know what I mean?
Because I mean, think about it. When I was a kid,
like you were breathing back then. Now I feel like I'm barely breathing.
Yeah, you're breathing. I mean, like I feel like if I was an adult back when I was a child, if that makes any sense. Like if I was born in 1999, so if I was my age right now in 1999, I do think it would be better. I feel like, I mean, I've heard that it was fucking awesome. I also heard that people in 2000 thought that computers were gonna shut down. That was gonna be the end of the world. You ever hear about that?
Oh no, but they don't try to make it the end of the world every year.
Yeah, I know. Nowadays. But yeah, I think I don't know. I think, well, what era would you go back? Okay, so you're 20, 22? You're 22.
I will go back to the 90s.
Really?
Yeah.
90s? Okay.
Yeah, because I feel like I resonate with 90s kids a little bit more.
Yeah.
Or I like, you know, I feel...
You're like an older soul.
I do. I feel like it's like longing for that feeling from back then. That's a nostalgia that I never experienced. You know, I never lived in the 90s.
Yeah, right. I don't want to go forward in time. Let's go back in time.
But I miss it. You know what I mean? Anybody ever feel like that? You know?
For me, musically, I would go back to like when shit was still, well, not shit, but like it was like Frank Sinatra. It was like real slow type of like stuff like that. And right before they started like making like drums in the song, like rock and roll started to become a thing. Like that's where I would go back musically, because I feel like that's where the legends were created. The original people, you know what I mean? The original musicians, musically. But I think as like in the 80s or the 70s, I think that'd be cool, you know? Like just like having like the normal cars were classic cars, what they consider quote unquote classic cars nowadays. They were everyday cars. Everyone had like a fucking Ford Mustang. Like it was cool as fuck. Everyone had a really cool badass car. Now all those cars are called classic cars, and they're worth a fortune. But back in the day, I mean, obviously currency and money and the way shit's run is different. But can you imagine just like your everyday grocery getter car being a fucking like Ford Mustang? Your mom's driving it. And you smoking. You know, it's just like what? Like that's cool as fuck. Nowadays, it's just like all right. For the most piece of shit car, you're still gonna have to spend. We need a down payment of $5,000 for this piece. It's like, what year is this? It's 15 years old. Yeah. It's like, you got 300, you got 150,000 miles. It runs like a champ. You drive it for 6 months, motherfucker breaks down. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't like that. Nowadays, it's bullshit. You know. So I think that era would be badass. You know, obviously I was born in '99, so I grew up in really the early 2000s, and even then. Compared to now, like my parents, we had a landline phone. I remember my grandma had that one of them, the phones around the wall, and you would turn it like a ringing. You know what I mean? Like that shit. You know, nowadays, you know, I could FaceTime somebody from a different planet. It seems. You know what I mean? Like it's come too far. I don't know. I want to go back in time. I feel like we're just getting too ahead of ourselves.
We are. I feel like we don't need everything. No. Humans think that we need everything.
I know.
We need the next. No, you know, sometimes you don't. They had enough back then. You got enough now.
That's what I'm saying. Like what we talked about in the first episode, where
they need more. I need more. Yeah, that's why you have so many bills. Is because you need. Seriously. You needed the next Balenciagas.
That's seriously though, because it's always like I don't know. It's all like I told you earlier about like we're everyday people. I feel like are like running on a treadmill, and there's like a reward in front of us, and we're always trying to grab this reward. To each their own. For some people it's money. For some people it's shoot. You know what I mean? Like money is energy.
I just need food, air condition, and
if you live in Florida, you need fucking air conditioning for sure.
A shelter and maybe a car. Yes, I don't want to walk miles and miles, but that's about it.
Think about it. Back in the day, they would walk. You'd be walking and they'd have like donkeys and like horse and buggies and shit.
Yeah.
You know?
That sun just too hot now. It's global warming. And that's my excuse. Like
seriously. So I don't know. I feel like we are getting too ahead of ourselves.
For sure, yeah.
You know?
It's been really hot lately. I'm sorry. That's just another topic I had to talk about. When I tell you it's been so hot, like the sun feel like every time you walk out and there's no trees near, there's no shade, the sun is like right there on your shoulder. It's like, hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? Like
it's like giving you a hug and you're like, get the fuck off
of me.
Especially down the humidity in Florida is no joke. When I first moved here, I thought, you know, I came from New York. And it gets hot in New York, you know. It does get humid, but you know you're a little bit higher up in elevation where I was compared to. Well, I was in Buffalo, so you're more near Canada. Down here, you're right on the fucking water, so the humidity is no joke, and you're closer to the equator, so we're like tropical weather all day long. There's no joke. You know, if you're outside working in it, shout out to you, because I know that shit is hot as fuck. I know, trust me. Especially if it's like UV rays of 10 or something like that, and there's no breeze. Good luck. You just walk outside. You shouldn't even shower. No, I feel like that's why people don't shower all the time. You go outside, you gotta come back inside, you gotta shower again.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. Yeah, the Florida weather
is no joke. You sweat more right after you shower.
Well, that's why like it was cool as fuck when we went to Colorado, because I'm telling you, when my buddy James, shout out to James, picked Keith and I up from the airport in Denver, it was hot. We came from California. And it wasn't cold there, but it was like chilly. So and the airport's always cold. The airplanes too, we always have fucking air conditioners. And they have them fucking fans that the person next to you always has on, but it's not pointing at them. It's always pointed in your direction. You ever have that? Every fucking time I've flown, the person next to me has like their fan on, but it's hitting me the whole fucking time. It's like
wait, where?
On the airplanes. You're sitting next to somebody that have the fans above
Oh
you.
yeah,
I hate that
it's
shit.
so
It's like turn that.
cold.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck, man. And then so I'm like I'm
Why
preparing.
they turn like that?
I don't
Like
know.
eyeballs or
I know
something.
it's stupid. Yeah.
It's like, what is that?
Yeah,
It
so-
always freaks me out. I always forget what they are.
Yeah.
Until
Yeah, because it's just like hitting you the whole fucking. It's like okay, I get it. You know, it's cold. So I mentally. Yeah. So mentally.
turn that shit on you.
Yeah,
and
seriously.
it's like hitting your
Well, that's the thing,
your
and
shoulder the whole time. Like
it's like tickling the side of you. It's like, what the fuck, man? Get this air off
Breezing
me.
through
You just
your
want to like reach
eyebrow.
over and just like click it off. You know what I mean? But you don't want to be rude. That's why I just stare out the fucking window.
You know, now that you say that, next time I'm in a plane, I gotta share it with somebody right next to them. I'm definitely gonna turn it right back. I don't
You
care.
should. You
As
should
soon as they
just,
turn it
it's just like
towards
an
me, I'm
air
turning
war.
it
You're like,
right
oh yeah.
back.
Fuck, I agree. That's why one day we are gonna have first class and we're gonna have reclining chairs, wherever I imagine it to be. I don't know, or a private jet, because you ever like sit next to somebody, and I can deal with most people. I don't care, but it's just like it's not when you have like a baby taking up a whole seat. I can't stand that. Like I need some room to breathe.
Oh yeah, you remember what happened on Southwest? There was like some tiny little baby she had sitting in the.
Yeah, there was, and he wanted to watch this little. It was like, he was like 2-3 years old,
Yeah.
and he was sitting in the seat, and
It
I'm
was
just
like definitely like 2.
yeah,
or
it was
1.
very small, and it just like kept on like trying to grab at my phone as I was trying to watch Star Wars, just in trying to enjoy my 2-hour flight. And I was just like, I'm a nice person, so I kind of like put the phone in between us, and now me and this kid are watching Star Wars, you know, and he's just picking his boogers and shit. I can't say no, get your kid off me. No, I can't be like that. So I'm like, all right,
pinch him.
See-
You pinch him a little bit.
You know, then he's gonna start to cry. You know, I don't want to deal with that either. You know, mother's sleeping. You know, the kids and I are watching Star Wars, so I just.
Oh, the mom was sleeping?
She's passed out. Yeah, and I'm babysitting her
That's
kid.
when
I
you,
don't
like,
even know this lady.
You just tap her shoulder, like.
Yeah, no,
without her
I'm gonna turn the
noticing.
fan on her.
All 3 of them. You turn them all that way,
Yeah.
and she's like freezing.
Yeah, oh my god, wake her up from the cold. So yeah, so fucking, we're going. That's so funny. Them damn fans. So yeah, so Keith and I were in California, and it was chilly on the airplane. I knew, so I geared up. So I was ready, and then we landed in Denver. And this was one of the coolest, like I said, weather experiences. We landed in Denver, and it's like September. And when we land, it's fucking so hot. I'm in like a sweatpants and a sweatshirt. I'm fucking dying. We're waiting for James to pick us up, and we start driving to Breckenridge, which is really high up in elevation. We get to Breckenridge, and it's a little bit cooler. But then we go up like this trail, and mind you, you're going up like a fucking dirt trail. There's like craters. I remember looking down. I'm in the passenger seat. I remember looking down, and it's like a fucking. There's no guardrails, so it's just straight drop. So if you like lose control, you're going down. So we get to the top, and it's like fucking 30 degrees.
Oh, wow.
But down below it was 80.
That's so cool to me.
It was cool. You know what I mean? Like it was the coolest fucking thing. Elevation and like weather is no joke. I don't know. Like I said, I'm a nerd. I look up the weather all the time. I feel like, I don't know, it's like a infatuation. All the different shit, you know?
Elevation scares me so bad because I know I keep telling you about this story, but it's so traumatic. This one time I rode, I took a flight in 2017 to go see my dad in Jamaica, and I think I was like 14 at the time, 14, 15. I know I was like in 9th grade in high school, and I went with my grandparents, and I hated the airport experience. Like, it was just too much. You know, you're a little kid and you're with your grandparents. You know what I mean? When you go with your grandparents somewhere, they take a little bit longer with everything. Like, you know, like.
Oh my god, especially. Oh yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. I just thought of something. So we get on the plane and I fall asleep, and then I wake up to feeling like I thought I was in a rocket ship, because like the way that the plane takes off, you have to go so fast, and you just feel that initial like.
That's
you
my.
just go.
I love airplanes.
I think it's cool now.
Call me crazy, but I like airplanes. I think the airport experience, just traveling. If you don't travel, you have to travel. It's one thing. Like, it's scary, you know. If you've never been on an airplane, it's scary, you know. And it's you know, you're up in the air, 30,000 feet. It's terrifying. But if you look past the fear, and you're just like, fuck it, you know what I mean? Like, we're gonna go travel. Like, I recommend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember the first time I was on an airplane, I was spooked. but I love roller coasters. I feel like it's very similar to a roller coaster.
it is.
You like roller coasters?
I like roller coasters, but the difference between a roller coaster and an airplane is that the roller coaster, you're on something, you're sitting on something, you know, like
That's
there's
true.
more support. In the sky, you know, in an airplane, forget that. If y'all are falling or there's turbulence, it freaks me out every time because I'm thinking like, ooh, this could be our last time right now. Like, we could fall out the sky.
Yeah, turbulence is no joke. When we flew from Tampa to what was it, Las Vegas, because that was our layover. We went over some I don't know if it was mountains or whatever the hell we went over, but the fucking turbulence, I feel like we dropped, you know what I mean? Like 500 feet, I don't know, it felt like a lot. That was the spookiest
Can you imagine
time.
that? Yeah, you know you're
I
gonna
can
die.
imagine that. I was there.
If y'all hit the ground, you know you dying. Like,
Oh, that's
like that's my biggest fear.
I don't know. I feel like, yeah, that's a terrifying feeling.
But you hold that thought because I was getting at this.
Sorry.
Sorry, y'all. Earlier in my story where I started when we're on the plane. I'm on the plane with my grandparents.
Sorry.
And
Get carried away.
we're in the very back, and I'm sitting on the right. I'm like, oh great, we're in the very, very back. So like, well, we're gonna be the last ones to die if we go down. You know, these are my thoughts. So I'm already not having the best time. And then I fall asleep, and I wake up to us being launched into the sky. And as we're coming down, like, you know, towards the ending of the trip, when we're trying to land, as we're coming down, woo, I felt mind you, I went sick. I didn't know that you're not supposed to ride an airplane sick. So we're descending, we're trying to land. My ears starting to fill with so much pressure. It felt like someone took needles and were stabbing them in my ears. I was crying so bad. So I pull over, you know, I'm telling my grandma and my grandpa, they're just like, oh yeah, really? Like, that's you just chew some gum. I'm like, you don't understand. You don't understand. Not no chew no gum. My eardrum's probably gonna burst. That's what it feels like. If you ever been cleaning your ear and you push the Q-tip too far back? That's what it feels. But you push it way too far back. It's in your brain. That's what it feels like, babe. Like your head's about to explode. So I ask a flight attendant. I'm like, hey, is it normal for your ears to hurt this bad? I'm crying, and the lady's like, why do they hurt so bad? I'm like, I don't know. She's like, are you sick? And I was like, yeah. She was like, ooh, honey, you're not supposed to ride an airplane sick because it can make your eardrums burst. She literally told me that. And I was like, that makes so much sense because the farther we're getting down to land, it feels like I couldn't hear nothing. My ears are ringing. I couldn't hear anything even after.
You're like descending probably, you know, I think some plane, I don't know the exact number, but some planes are like going 400, 500 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I believe the jetliners go that way. So like you're going down plus gravity. You know what I mean? I can only imagine the pressure.
And then the pressure builds up and it stays there even after you get off the plane. You can't hear anybody. The next day when it's ready to pop, whoa, that's something I dread every time, because when it pops, you don't expect it ever.
It just goes
like it's like the loudest, like, and your eardrum feels like it's like bursting every time.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, looks like you're walking to every show we go to until we could ride a bus.
Looks like I'm walking.